how to pay off your mortgage. So if you're struggling to make your mortgage payments and you don't know how you're going to find the money, if you're on the brink of foreclosure where you're in a pre-foreclosure and you're moving closer and closer to where you may have an auction or a sheriff sale date, or if you are in a bankruptcy and you filed for a bankruptcy, but now you don't know how you're going to make the payment, this video is for you. Stay tuned. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Ask Rinde. I'm Rinde Adebayo, digital entrepreneur, real estate entrepreneur, and top producing agent here in New Jersey, and welcome to Ask Rinde. If it's your first time at the channel, please hit the subscribe button and smash the like button. I create videos about foreclosure, income, and credit, and I would love to have you as a part of our team and our family and our growing network all around the country. So today I want to talk about how to pay off your mortgage. Now, this is a very key topic because obviously foreclosure starts somewhere. It starts when basically there's missed payments, and missed payments are a result of lack of income. No one really has income and says, well, I'm just going to hold this back because I want to see what will happen if this house goes into foreclosure. But before we get started, I like to make a disclaimer. This is not an attempt to give legal advice. This is not an attempt to function in the capacity of a professional such as an attorney, financial planner, or CPA. You can actually speak to those people and consult with them from a professional level. This is an attempt to give you strategic knowledge regarding these situations on mortgages and what to do and how to actually generate income to be able to make your mortgage payments and basically save your home. So as a mortgage and foreclosure expert for over 16 years, I can tell you that most times when people are faced with a situation like this, they're paralyzed. They don't have a time to actually sit back, think clearly, and get a game plan together of how they're going to deal with it. Now, most clients that we deal with, when we speak to them, they are just such in a panic mode. They're like, well, I've got to pay my mortgage and not pay my mortgage. And sometimes we've got to actually slow them down and say, well, listen, you keep saying you need to pay your mortgage. You need to catch up. You need to get your loan reinstated. You're facing foreclosure. But let's talk about this. What is your mortgage? What is your mortgage amount? What does it consist of? And most times they'll say, well, my mortgage is X amount, which is basically the total. But now this is something that I want to peel back, and I want to be able to show you that your mortgage is actually broken down into 4 parts. So I've got my whiteboard, and I'm actually show you what the breakdown of a mortgage is. So the first thing you need to do is have a good understanding on what a mortgage is. And pretty much a mortgage is broken down into 4 parts, which is the principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. What we call PITI, P-I-T-I. Your principal is pretty much the balance of the loan. So let's say, for example, if you have a mortgage of $200,000, your principal will be $200,000. The interest is the money that the bank charges on loaning you that $200,000. So the interest is the money that the bank makes for giving you $200,000 to buy the property. Then with these 4, they then actually calculate and come up with what is your monthly mortgage payment. Most people fall into a problem with how they negotiate this and this, your principal and your interest. Like I've said many times, the battle is won when it comes to property acquisition and foreclosure. Generally, you have to make sure that you're buying the property correctly. You have to be a forecaster. Doesn't mean that you're making a fearful decision, but it means that you're making a very calculated decision. You're buying, factoring in many things that could happen. What happens if you're buying the property and currently you're making $50,000? What happens if you fall to $25,000 a year? Something happened and you're not able to afford it. Did you buy a property that will allow you to be able to carry itself? These are all things you need to ask yourself when you're purchasing the property. So principal and interest come into play there. Once you solidify what your principal will be based on your purchase price of the property and your interest rate, whatever the bank gives you, these 2 you really can't do much about. Now, these 2 you can do something about. Your taxes and your insurance. These are parts of the mortgage payment that most people overlook. There are things that you can do with your taxes, such as a tax appeal, and there's also things you can do with your insurance. So now this video applies to anyone who's pretty much struggling to be able to figure out how they're going to pay their mortgage. It's very easy to see and watch videos that are showing you how to budget and how to actually put things together and how to make sure that you save and to be a better steward over what you have. But what happens in the situation where your issue is not necessarily budgeting or basically doing the best you can with what you have? What if what you have is not enough? What if you are being a good or the best steward that you can over what you have in your income, but it's just not cutting it? Maybe you're in a situation where you bought the property, but then your income situation changed. So you were making one amount when you did purchase it, and you thought that everything was fine, but then something happened and you lost a job, or you basically got hurt, you have a health challenge, or something happened, or death, or something happened, and you fell back to where now you're in a different income bracket. You went into the house in one income bracket, things have changed, life has changed, now you're in a different income bracket. And maybe it could be seasonal, maybe it could just be for a time. Maybe you are in the process of working on something else that'll get you there. But the problem is that the time is ticking. The bank won't stop their proceedings regarding foreclosure. And so when you're in these precarious situations, what you need is, you need income. You do need to be a good steward. You do need to have a good budget habits and make sure that you're not spending above your means and spending money on things that are not necessary, or things that are not benefiting you. Many people that I deal with, many clients that we have, they run into situations where they may have their homes coming up for a sale date in a few months. They don't have the time to basically wait and figure out how to actually budget, because what they have is not enough. That's how they got into the situation in the first place. They need to figure out how to make more money, quickly. And the thing about it too is this, the ironic part about it is that most workout solutions that you're going to hit regarding trying to save the home, whether it is a repayment plan, whether if it's a forbearance agreement, or whether it's a bankruptcy, when you sit with the attorney, he's not going to tell you or talk to you about how to pay your mortgage. He's going to give you a plan. He's going to say to you, here you go. This is what you need to do. This is what your payment is going to be. We need you to pay this if you want to keep it. If you want to basically work something out, I can represent you. This is my fee. It costs money. How do you pay for the attorney? How do you pay the attorney's retainer fee? How do you pay for the workout where whatever the bank puts forth that the attorney, through the attorney, that they are requiring you to pay? How do you make payments on any workout or solution that the bank gives you? These are all questions that I get all the time. And so what we've had to do over time is create income hacks for people to be able to show them, people that are in foreclosure specifically, how to get money and income quickly in order to lock in and capture the situation and basically face it head on, where they're going to try to keep the home, save the home, work out something with the bank. They need money in order to be able to do it. Now, the other side of it too is that these are people from different walks of life. There are some people that are my clients that are retired. There are some people who lost their job. There are some people who are entrepreneurs going through a season where their industry either got wiped out or there's a major shift going on with their industry. Over time, I've had to come up with at least 10 income hacks of how to help people that are in foreclosure to deal with making the payments and working things out so that they can try to have a fighting chance to keep the property. I have many hacks regarding income. So if you'd like to get more on how to actually pay off your mortgage and find out what these income hacks are to be able to help you deal with your situations, whether it's last minute, whether you're in pre-foreclosure, whether you file a bankruptcy and you now need to make the payment, the trustee and the attorney is telling you they're requiring you to make X amount of payment and you need the money, then click the link below to be able to find out how our clients are using these strategies to be able to keep their homes, save their homes, solve their issues, and move past this seemingly impossible situation. I mean, the best thing that anyone who's facing something hopeless can get is a solution that gives them hope, a solution that pushes them where they faced an abyss and now the whole tide has been turned around. And that's what we want to do. We want to be able to help people get a new lease on life, figure out how to get and push past foreclosure. And this is such a topic that's near and dear to my heart because, as you all know, I've beat foreclosure twice. I thank God for that. And it's just by God's grace and also the knowledge and wisdom in these hacks and things that I've learned over the years that I'm sharing with you to be able to implement and use in order to basically make your home affordable. So if you're in a situation and you need help in order to be able to pay your mortgage, click the link below to get started. And I look forward to seeing you on the inside.